All right, today we're going to crack open a piece of news from the digital asset world. Now, this is one of those stories that's super important, but it's wrapped in a ton of confusing jargon. So let's peel back those layers together and figure out what's really going on.
You've been there, right? You see a headline just packed with acronyms and technical terms, and your eyes just kind of glaze over. It feels like it's written in a whole other language. Well, today, we're going to get fluent by breaking down one of those exact sentences.
So here it is. This is our puzzle. Bullish, bit license, NYDFS. Each one of those terms is like a key, and when you put them all together, they unlock exactly why this is such a huge deal for the future of crypto in the US. So our mission here is pretty simple. We're going to take this whole thing apart to really see the full picture. Let's get started with the first and honestly the most important piece of that puzzle. Okay, first up, let's talk about the big one in the headline, the bit license. What exactly is it, and why does everybody pay so much attention to it? At its heart, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's a license to do business with, bits, virtual currencies, in the state of New York. And this isn't just a suggestion, it is an official, mandatory regulatory framework. And here's the kicker. Getting a bit license is not easy. We're talking about a super rigorous application process. It covers everything from anti-money laundering rules to cybersecurity and making sure consumers are protected. It is a notoriously high bar to clear. So if the bit license is the key, then who's the gatekeeper? Well, that brings us to the next acronym in our headline, the NYDFS. These are the folks who grant, or more often deny, the bit license. You can think of them as the top financial watchdog for New York, which is, the epicenter of American finance. Getting their stamp of approval carries a ton of weight, and it signals that a company meets their incredibly strict standards. Okay, so we've got the license and we have the regulator. Now let's look at the company that actually made it through the gates, Bullish. So Bullish is a big global player in the crypto space, and they mostly offer services to institutional clients. But just like any major financial company, they can't just set up shop wherever they want. They absolutely need approval from the local regulators. And while Bullish already operates in major hubs like Germany and Hong Kong, this New York approval, it's in a whole different league. Getting the green light here isn't just about adding another country to the list. It's about unlocking the single most significant financial market in the entire world. All right, so we have all the pieces on the table. A global company, a really powerful regulator, and a very, very tough license to get. Now, let's put them all together and see the big picture. Why does this actually matter? What's the so what here? This license really represents a massive shift. Before this, Bullish was basically locked out of the core US regulated market, and now the door is wide open for a US launch, starting right in the heart of the financial world. It is a complete and total game changer for their entire strategy. So the really crucial takeaway is that this is so much more than just a permit. It's a powerful signal to everyone. It represents a bridge being built between that global, often unregulated world of crypto and the established, highly regulated US financial system. It's a huge step towards mainstream acceptance. And all of this leaves us with a really fascinating question for the future. For years, we've all heard crypto called the Wild West. But as more and more of these major players line up to seek out and win approvals from the toughest regulators on the planet, you have to wonder, are we finally watching that era come to an end? I mean, what does it mean for the frontier when the pioneers start building towns and hiring sheriffs? Definitely something to think about.